reading, then we know what kind of thinking we have to do about it. So, I'm gonna give you guys a minute. This is a long one. And there's certain things on here that may confuse you. So please, be wary. I told you this is a pretty healthy text. But as you skim through this, you should see some obvious signs that let you know what genre of text this is. Everyone should be skimming their text. If you found it, go ahead and raise your hand. Let me know what you uncovered. Got about 20 seconds left. The genre, Shakib?
No.
Look what you put.
That's my name.
Yeah, I know that's your name. There's a line that says genre and it's pointing to your name. I was confused. Let's say 10 seconds. Tell the class what you think it is. Soraya. I think the genre of the text is. And then you have to tell us why. I think the genre of the text is fiction because.
I think the genre of the text is fiction because the dialogue was like it's different characters speaking.
So you see dialogue, what else? Anybody else see anything? You get my voice clap once, you get my voice clap twice. We have to wake up, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's a dreary day outside, but we cannot move at this pace. Why? Because later on in the year, you guys are going to have 2 texts that you have to read within the same amount of time. Use the skills that you know, apply them, and let's try to be active. The text is already long, is it enough? So, she said that the genre is fiction. How do we know? She said she saw dialogue. What other indicators are there for fiction? What other indicators are there for fiction today?
There's characters.
Huh?
There's characters.
Characters' names. What else? What else do we see?
Pictures.
Pictures? What kind of pictures?
Just a picture of a boxing glove.
Well, those look like real boxing gloves to me.
That's why I was about to say for this.
It is fiction. It is fiction, but I wanted you guys to focus on the fact that there's dialogue, you see characters. Immediately in the text, it gives us a what? It tells us the time and place of the story. It gives us a setting. It gives us a setting, right? Those are the kind of clues you want to cue in on. I told you before, photographs are not an indicator of fiction or nonfiction. That's a real boxing glove, but this story is not a real story. It's a make-believe story. It's a made-up story. It's a realistic fiction story because there's elements of real life, but those characters are not real people. Okay, so let's jump right into that. Our genre is fiction. Thank you for that, Zariah. Yes.
Zoe Rogers.
Zoe Rogers is definitely. Our genre is fiction. Our thinking jobs. Quickly rattle them off. Zayden, first one. Characters. Kennedy, second one. Motivation. Vance. Setting. Shakim. Problem. Today. Solution. And lastly, at the end of every fictional text, Taylor. You have a lesson learned. Now, typically I would read this to you guys, but because the text is so long, I'm gonna break it down into an extra day. So what I'm gonna do is, you guys are gonna read it by yourself first, holistically, like good readers do. As you read, I want you guys to try to jot down the notes that answer certain things that are gonna help us uncover our thinking gaps. Alright, we've done this for like the last 3 weeks. I wanna see what you guys have. We're gonna come together afterwards, so you're not alone. I'm here, I'm gonna be circulating. I'll probably come around and tell you whether your answer is correct or not. Okay, as we do that. And then if I see that there's a common thread that we need to address, I'll address that. But it's time to see what you guys can make out. Next week, we have the map test. You guys are gonna have to work independently, so we gotta gradually get ourselves to this, okay? Are we clear?
Yes.
All right, so the time is yours to read and jot. It's a healthy text, so I'm gonna give you guys about 15 minutes. About 15 minutes.